Hi, my name is Bella Castro, and this is the Passion Speech for Communications 101. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you have now was once among the things that you only hoped for. These are the very wise words of this Greek philosopher Epicurus. Imagine if we all lived by his words. They're very simple, but the way I interpret that is how to get simple happiness by just simply being grateful. A lot of us here are very grateful for the big things, right? Like the house, our health, right? A lot of us are also very, very grateful for the small things, like maybe a comfy bed or being able to get coffee in the morning. Unfortunately, not everybody is grateful, and not everybody takes advantage of how blessed we are. I hear all the time on the radio, at work, especially at work, a lot of people are very unhappy. Sometimes I am guilty of that too. And sometimes we just complain about the little things. Have you guys seen that video on YouTube? It's called First World Problems, and they're read by third world children. So for example, what it is that sometimes when we decide to complain or just put something out there that we are annoyed by or not happy with on Facebook or on social media, imagine this little child, 10-year-old, barefoot, malnutrition. You can tell that this kid is probably even homeless. Reading something like this: I hate it when my phone charger won't reach my bed. I hate it that my leather seats are not heated. How does that sound to you, coming from a person that doesn't even have access to clean water? It's kind of sad, isn't it? But these kind of videos truly put a lot in perspective about how lucky we are to even own a phone, to have access to clean water. Education. You wouldn't think that we are ungrateful about education. We're entitled to it, right? It's a privilege. There's another documentary on Netflix. It's called On Our Way to School. If anyone's seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It follows the lives of 3 or 4 small children from other parts in the country and their daily struggles just to get to school. There's this kid, his name is Samuel. He's 11 years old, from India, and he's disabled, and his 2 little brothers pushed him in this wheelchair for over 2 miles every day just to get to school. And then there's another boy, his name is Jackson, he's 10 years old, from Kenya. And I think this is pretty cute. He's got a Dutch elephant in order to get to school, but he also has to be careful with gangs. And he carries his 6-year-old sister with him, and they travel 9 miles. They walk for 9 miles every single day just to get to school. Think about that. And then here we are, like, I don't want to get in my car, there's a lot of traffic, I don't want to go to school. We really should take advantage and be grateful for what we have. A couple of years ago, I went on vacation, and I was on the beach, and this is in Brazil. I was all day on the beach, for me, right, for us. And I got really hungry, and I told my husband, can you take me to the buffet? We had been to that buffet before. I wanted to go back, the food was really good. And we were walking for about 10 minutes, I want to say, and I started complaining about how much walking we're doing just to get to this buffet. I don't even think I was done with my last sentence when I looked to my right, and I see this woman. She must have been my age, and she was putting her 3 little children to bed on this sidewalk. And the littlest one had to been no older than 6 months old. Now, when I see that, right after I'm complaining that I'm walking for so long to get to the buffet, guess how little I felt? This big, right? Because we are so, I don't want to call it spoiled, but sometimes we forget how blessed and how lucky we are. So I really was excited to take a chance and opportunity today with this speech and this class to invite everybody to just start being grateful and remember how blessed and how lucky we are, and how lucky we are to have access to some of the things that other people and other kids don't really have access to. So let's be positive, let's be grateful. Thank you.